What is good, YouTube? How are you? If you don't know who I am, my name is Asher Shaw. Basically, in this video, I'm going to be going through a masterclass on how to make your first $1,000 online. And this can be sometimes the toughest one to make because you got all these business models and all these other just bullshit that you got to try and figure out. But in this video, I'm going to break absolutely everything down so that you can have a crystal clear understanding on what to do moving forward. Please like and subscribe. And also, I run these free masterclasses to my Instagram audiences for completely free. I run 1 to 2 a week. So if you want to be on the next one, you want to be asking questions, you want to get the information straight from me, we can be on a call. Please follow my Instagram here, and I'll put the link to join the Zoom calls in my story. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments or send me a message on my Instagram. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Sick. So yeah, your parents still owe money to the bank. They owe a house. So why do we want just a little bit of cash? Give it back to your family, do it for your family, do it for the future. Understand that like there's more to life than just doing this for a little bit of cash, you know, and there's more in it. So your parents still owe the bank money, give it back to your family and enjoy a better life. So different business models to make over 1K online. Now we have drop shipping. This one is good, but the pros are, you know, it's easy to start up, low cost startups. Don't need to, you know, stock products because you're just sending one product from China to wherever, and then you can run automatically and it can make you money while you sleep. So that's definitely a win. And you can, you know, set up ads and let it run. I've even heard people making $1,000 a day simply just with drop shipping, and it happening while they've been asleep. You know, they wake up, check their phone, and they got money in the bank, which, you know, is pretty awesome. So the cons can be difficult finding the right product. Generally saturated market. So the problem with something being like an easy startup is it's easy and it's a low cost. So you got people that are, you know, is saturated. So many people, if the barrier of entry is so low, then it's just going to be saturated. Like I said, if it's easy to do, everyone can do it. Simple as that. And paying fee, you're also going to be going into like the negative a lot. A lot of people don't talk about this, but even though someone buys your product and use that money to buy the product, you still have fees of like memberships if you're buying products and like exclusive products off different websites for people to create ads. So before you even make money, you're going into the negative. So advertising before you make money. Terrible shipping delays and quality of products, meaning angry customers. This was one of the things that I faced. It's, yeah, having to deal with angry customers sucks, especially when you're sending the product to them and it's just taking forever. It's out of your control. These are the things you can't control. Now, looking at this product here, it's $3.15. To make $1,000, you would need to sell 317 of them. So quite a bit. Now, out of all that, so just to get views on your store, you're going to need a lot more than 317 if generally the buying is like 10%. You know what I mean? So you need a lot more like volume. And then you probably think, well, why don't I just buy this and sell it for cheaper? I sell it for more expensive. But then what's stopping me from buying the exact same price off this website that you also bought it off and save my money? You know what I mean? There's that upper hand that also the customer can get on you, which you don't want. Now, I know definitely there's manufacturers that you can go to directly and buy in bulk, 100%, but you still like run into these troubles here. So next one, SMMA. I still think this one's really good, especially when you have, you know, locked in clients or, you know, contracts to make the money and do the work with them. So high profit margins. So some clients paying, you know, $1,000 to $10,000 a month. I know clients that will pay that because the service that, you know, they offer is really good and can make that business, you know, like $100,000 a month. So paying $10,000 a month in the service so that they can make that money is a good investment. So no physical products, no shipping delays, nothing at all. So it's not really a product. It's a service. You know, there's nothing physical. It's you and I guess your team helping them. So there's none of that fucking around and more things that are in your control, which is better because you can control it. So scalable model, so you can scale, but it is also very hard. Like I was saying before, you're capped at how many clients you're going to have. So how much, if you're managing heaps of people's ads and their content and their marketing, how many businesses can you work with until it becomes too much, So low startup costs, in-demand services. This is what people need now. So it's good. And recurring revenue. You'll get paid each month. So this is really good. So you can use this to, what your next month's going to look like. Let's say you have 5 clients that are paying you $1,000 a month. You're going to be making roughly about $5,000 a month, which is pretty good, especially for future businesses and planning in the future. Now, the cons. Hard to get clients. This can be very, very hard to get clients to actually go with you and trust you, and especially that they have to pay you before they even see results. So got to message heaps of people, got to reach out, do cold outreach. Sometimes it's hard to have that credibility. They want results fast. I mean, I know me as someone, if I'm going to pay someone to run me ads and I'm going to pay them $1,000 a month, I want there to be results pretty quick. And if there isn't, well, I'm honestly going to whinge. So if ads don't work, now there is organic, but yeah. And then also takes time to learn. Ads aren't easy at first. I know I personally struggled with it and couldn't quite understand or wrap my head around it. So it takes time to learn. So you yourself are going to be going through like a teething period when you're working with these clients. Takes time early on. You'll do everything yourself at the start. So that's understandable, like anything, but that's also the learning. Lots of dodgy agencies. People don't trust newbies. So that's like what I was saying before. You don't have that credibility to do marketing for anyone because you've never really done it before. So why would someone trust you? You know what I mean? Clients leave sometimes. So good ones quit out of nowhere. Not every client is going to stay forever. Now that's just a fact. Clients come and go, and that you just have to adapt to that. We're good. Yep. All right. Cheap digital products. So we're talking digital products like Etsy.com, clickbank.com, like all that kind of cheap stuff. Pros: small startup costs, easy to start. Once it's created, it's all over. You can sell it over and over again, so there's no stock. So it's like one product, and then you sell it an infinite amount of times, right? No shipping, instant delivery, instant payment. Sales can happen whenever, and like I was saying, when you're asleep, you can make a sale, which is perfect. And overseas customers. Another thing is 100% profit. So you buy this once, and then you get like resale rights, so you can sell it over and over again, and you keep all the profit. So the cons, though, you need to buy the product first. So I mean that's pretty straightforward. Product can always deliver the results. Product can't always deliver the results to the customer. So sometimes, well, let's say like if this thing's $5 and it's an ultimate solo travel guide, ultimate guide for solo female travelers. I mean that's good, but how is that really going to deliver to all the solo female travelers? You know what I mean? Like it's not worth if it's worth $5, if it's cheap, it's generally not going to be the best and be able to deliver that to the best result to the customer. Generally, cheap digital products don't work that well. Like I was just saying, need some sort of marketing to get the product out there. So you're going to need to do marketing, whether it be paying for ads, which is then going to put you in the negative, or doing organic, which is up to you. If you're good at that, ads also work. But then also, I know for me personally, whenever I see an ad, I just swipe because what the fuck. Can be saturated in the same thing. So like I was saying, if I'm selling the same travel guide for solo female travelers, and you are as well, and what's the difference? You know what I mean? So there's no real true value there. And like this, if you need to sell 185 of these to make $1,000 in 1 week. So you need 185 customers. Now that's if they don't want refunds, if they're angry or not happy with the product. Like trying to deal with 185 people is a cunt. I can tell you that. All right. So the next one brings me to remote sales, high ticket sales, preferably, and doing remote work. Is probably the one that I made all my money on. So higher payouts per se, 10,000 of like 10K offer is $1,000. So let's say that's a $10,000 offer. You're gonna be making $1,000. That's one customer. Like we were saying, to make $1,000 in a week, you need one customer. One customer is better than 185 of the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So just dealing with one person, focus on better customers rather than heaps of random ones. High ticket clients are always better clients. So I have a little example here. This is a high ticket client here of someone that just buys something for $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000. Yeah, I just sent the money. Yep, wire the money, bro. All good. Now, this is someone that buys a $50 ebook. Well, is this $50 ebook really going to help me? Is this really going to get me to my goals? It's like it's $50. You know what I mean? So the actual client or customer of the high ticket offer are so much better. So no money required to buy the products. So generally you are working with a business, in remote sales. So you don't have to buy any products. And it's mainly remote work, meaning we can work anywhere and it's fully remote, which is what I like. And that's the reason why I got into it. So yeah. Can be hard to sell. This does... Let's go there. Sorry about that. Can be hard to sell though. This does take skills, which takes time. Can be very inconsistent early on, costs money for skill sets. Oh, skill sets, my bad. So cost money for actual skills. So you need to invest into yourself to get the right training so that you have that skill set to close these deals and to make this amount of money. That's the only thing that's going to put you kind of in the negative. But then to make that money back, you're going to do it a lot better. Like you're going to do it a lot quicker than, per se, like SMMA or, drop shipping. Imagine investing like $8,000 into or $10,000 into a mentor, and they're going to coach you. Then now you've got to sell 317 of these little things just to make $1,000. And it's like, that doesn't really make sense, and it's seen as just a waste compared to this, learning a skill of like sales, working with one customer to then make that $1,000. Now, I guess the downside with this is it does take time. It's a skill set. It's not something that happens overnight, but it depends like who you work with and how you do it. All right. So the one that made me the most money was obviously remote sales and selling digital products and services. So this literally took me from doing 12 hours working, 12 hours underground in FIFO to then replacing my FIFO. After 3 months of doing it, I replaced my FIFO income, left my job, and then I was living in the Philippines doing this while still I was making more than a FIFO worker. So simply because I learned remote sales, I learned the skills. That's what it took me 3 months to learn. Then once I was in the position, I could make money from, anywhere, which was the good part. Now, what do you need to start making money online? So skills that you need to bring to the marketplace, example, sales skills. So skills on actually how to sell. Like if you learn sales, right, and then once, that's perfect because then you don't need a business, you don't need products or services. You can just go to a business and be like, hey, look, let me sell for you, and then you can make money. Marketing skills. So being able to, if you can sell and you can market, you can run any business. Like this right here, you can sell that. You got to figure out how to, if you're a really good salesman, but you got no customers, what's the point? You know what I mean? And it flips. If you're a really good marketing and you're really good at ads, that's good. But if you don't have any sales skills, how are you going to sell those customers? You know what I mean? So content as well. This is good for like marketing, even personal branding, and bringing in the right audience and avatar and customer to your product or service. So web design, that's another good skill. Video editing, communication, the things you're going to need, phone or laptop. And then I would say 1 hour to 3 hours out of the day to do that. So for me, when I started, I was working obviously. So I would section out like early in the morning, I would do a little bit of it, then smoko, punch it out maybe like for half an hour, see what I could do. And then at the end of the day, I would work from like 6 to like 9, like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. as much as possible. So then once I did replace my income, then I was able to leave it. And then I opened it up so much more time for me to make more money. And that was, it was risky because I was like, well, I'm stepping away from a safe and secure and a good income to pursue something where it's only commission based and it's sales. that can be very risky. Now, also a winner mindset, always looking to achieve something, always striving for more. And being a leader, like in business, in anything, you're going to have rough days, you're going to have dark days, you're going to have days where things don't go right. So making sure that you like always focus on, I guess, the positives, and like pray for a rainy day and build that skill set, build that knowledge so that you can, push through that. And because it's only going to last for so long. And that's the thing with business, things go to shit sometimes. It's just how everything goes. Now, mistakes that I made when I was starting. So some of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first got into this space and actually started with this was thinking that I could do it all myself I could just do it all by myself. So thinking that like, yeah, I got an understanding of it, so I'm just going to go all in and learn myself. Like that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I made, because from there, I didn't really know what I was doing. I had more questions than and I was sending myself more backwards. Even though I was watching YouTube videos and I thought I was learning and progressing, I wasn't really going anywhere, and nothing was really getting done. And I was losing money. So then not asking for help. So not asking for help from people that have actually done it before, and being there, and then asking the wrong people for advice. So people that have not done the thing that I want to do, or not done the thing that I want to achieve, they asking them for advice. Asking my parents, they obviously have never started an online business, they've never made money online. Why am I asking them for advice? You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. Yeah, not being consistent with that, I was doing with what I was doing. So I wasn't being consistent. So then I was complaining about the results that I wasn't getting, but I was also not putting in the work. So what is there really to complain about if I wasn't putting in the work? So that's something that people lack, is that consistency. Or they go really, really hard and then they let off for a little bit, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'll just chill. But you always have to be consistent. It's like a muscle. You always have to be flexing the muscle, basically. Where to start right now? So if it's you right now, where to start? As a beginner, first you must learn the income of learn high income skills. So whether that be sales, marketing, something that is going to give you a high income. Like if you were to learn marketing, right, for businesses and learn SMMA, get fucking 5 clients on $1,000 a month. That's $5K a month that you have in your hand that you're working with. But then you have to bring that skill set that you have to the clients and provide value. So that's something that you need to learn as well. So get some sort of training, get some sort of experience, and then even ask someone to work for you to work for free. So that's what I did when I was trying to learn appointment setting. So I went up to someone and I was like, I want to learn everything. It was like a real estate coach. I want to learn everything that you're doing and how you're doing it, and I work for completely free. And I did that for like a couple of weeks, and then I landed the role. So along with that, they didn't lose. I also got experience, and it was a win-win. So study the marketplace. What is trending? Is there a gap in the market to make money? So if there's a gap, try to find a way to make money with that and going into that. Investing into yourself. Now, this is one of the most important things that you can do. And it's honestly what got me from where I'm at now to where I was to everything that I know, was getting an actual coach, getting an actual mentor. Because let me do an analogy. So if you're a tradie or you're an apprentice, who are you learning from every day? You're learning from a qualified tradesman, right? So it's the same thing with these high income skills. If someone's making $10,000 a month with an online business, they're the best people to learn from, or someone that has already done it is the best person to learn from. Along with that, you can learn from their mistakes and fast track your results. As soon as you know other people's mistakes and the way that they made that mistake, that way that you can avoid it yourself, because you see it and you watch it firsthand, you learn from them. That's one of the biggest things, because mistakes cost money, and that sucks. So this thing is just like what I was talking about here. If you know someone that is successful with online business or something, ask them for help, ask them to get started. What are their advice, how to get started, things like that. All right, well, that pretty much wraps it up. But are there any questions? What the fuck? Are there any questions at all? If you want to raise your hand for a question, just click the reaction and then choose raise hand like this. Let me start that over.